Hello, everyone. Happy New Year. Yours truly, Frank Morano here. I hope your 2025 is off to a great start. Mine certainly is because I am looking at this brand new William Henry Harrison bobblehead doll that my sister-in-law, Sarah, got me for Christmas. Really, really nice. One of the presidential bobblehead dolls I don't have. And it's great that she got this for me. Harrison Bob there. Because 2 years ago, my brother-in-law Daniel got me his grandson Benjamin Harrison as a bobblehead doll. So these are the to date the only grandfather and grandson people to be presidents. We've had a couple of fathers and sons and a couple of cousins, but we've never had a grandfather and grandson. So now both of the Harrisons are sitting proudly on my desk. So that is that. Hopefully the cats don't knock that one over. Got a few other things as well. Oh, I got to put my on-air sign on. Thank you, Mom. Oh, is that working? Is that on? It didn't flick on. Well, maybe it's not too late to return this. Okay, I think it's just a power issue. Boop, 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 boop. Is it working? No, not working. Okay, well, it's up to something later. I got this great alien notebook, which I have been using to take notes. So that's something. All right, I want to thank everybody that came out to New Year's Eve this year. We had a great party in Atlantic City. And big thank you as well to John Milai, who hosted us at his venue, the Glass Onion, which is kind of a private party venue, but it's really a great spot. And Adol Fradel asked, how many bobbleheads do I own? I know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I'd say about 30, but that includes non-presidential bobbleheads like Jesus and Vito Corleone and CC Sabathia and Pete Alonso. Oh, a couple others in another room, so maybe 35 or so. So there's that. So it was great to see everyone at New Year's Eve, and a big thank you to everybody that helped organize everything and everyone that participated and everyone that came down. I know it can be a tough time of year, and especially for people that don't live in South Jersey, it can be a little bit of an inconvenience to make the trip all the way down there, especially on a Monday, but I think everybody had fun. So I'm always tempted, because of the amount of work involved for Rachel and I, and for the amount of money involved, quite frankly, to say, oh, that's it, that's the last one. But everyone really seems to have such a good time, and it's such a great networking event for so many people that we will continue it as long as I'm able. So if you weren't present, I'll show you a couple of the photos of things that went on New Year's Eve. This is on my Facebook page. There you see, this is from Sunday night. This is Sean Enright, who, in spite of what a lot of people think, was not the oldest attendee at New Year's Eve. So there's that. He had that going for him. So this was us at Doc's. We told everyone to meet us at Doc's on Sunday evening for cocktails before dinner, and we were the only two that made it there. So he is using his mobile phone because he's now at an age where he cannot read a menu without a mobile phone. Here's Whitney Ullman, and an attorney whose name begins with J. She's a friend of Elizabeth Taranek. Maybe it's Joan, maybe it's Jen. I want to say it's Jen. It begins with J. I don't remember her name well enough to actually caption it, but if you know who that is and you remember her name, please let me know. There you have Whitney Ullman and her husband Mark, and Paul Kelly and his girlfriend Charlie, but Paul Kelly was one of our honorees this year. There you have a beautiful photo of my wife Rachel. PR specialist Lisa Johnson, and the lovely and talented Whitney Ullman. And then this is towards the end of the glass onion portion of the evening. There you see AC Mike. Let's see. Somebody calling. I'm just going to tell them. I'll call them right back. I'm going to finish this video, and I'll call you right back. Call you back shortly. Okay. So that is our man of the year, Dr. Harvey Kesselman. He was the president of Stockton University and really just a great guy, part of the class of Stockton. So then here you have Whitney Ullman, here you have Charlie, and you have the lovely Lisa Classman, who's the fiancée of AC Mike. She's well regarded in her own right. Fred Rubino doing some stand-up. There's Elizabeth Taranek and I awarding the Woman of the Year honor to Linda Cohen of Breaking AC. There's our bartender Tara, along with Whitney Ullman. There's Whitney and me. There's Whitney, Paul Kelly, and me. There's Whitney and Paul Kelly. There's John Boyd from the John Boyd Company, Fred Rubino, Charlie, and Whitney. There you have Dr. Harvey Kesselman, Lisa Johnson, and Whitney. And then at the end of the evening, I asked all the previous honorees to come up and be recognized. So there you have Frank Angemi, former Man of the Year, Dom Crispino. I'm going from left to right. Dom Crispino, former Exoneree of the Year. Lisa Johnson, former Woman of the Year. David Pena, former Man of the Year. Elizabeth Taranek, former Woman of the Year. Whitney Ullman, former Woman of the Year. Paul Kelly. And you have Dr. Harvey Kesselman, Linda Cohen, AC Mike, and Don Guardian, and me. There's Frank Fontano and me. I'm not sure what that is. It's kind of random people, more of the honorees, Linda Cohen again. And there's just some of the passers-by. There's Whitney. There's a listener that came down, Deb, along with her husband, John, who's the gentleman in the suit. And they're enjoying the comedic stylings of Fred Rubino. There's Rich Valdez and Paul Kelly, David Pena, and Whitney Ullman. There's my beautiful wife, Rachel, sandwiched in between the Lantrys, Judge Lantry and Mrs. Lantry. This is a great picture. This is Diane Savino and John Tobacco, who have kind of been at on different sides of the political aisle on Staten Island over the years, doing karaoke together. And that's what's so great about New Year's Eve. It brings together everybody. There's Frank Fontano and Diane Savino, Paul Kelly and me, Paul Kelly and Charlie. It's Frank Fontano, John Tobacco and me, Paul Kelly and me. It's John Boyd, Fred Rubino, Charlie, and Whitney. This is John Tobacco. This is a listener that came down, Kevin from Brooklyn, and me. And Kevin was talking to my friend Deirdre, who I think had a little bit of a crush on him. And Kevin, he's a listener. He gets the email. Oh, Carmine's awake. Hey, Carmine, say hello to everybody. Come here. Come here, Carmine. Come here, bud. Okay. Oh, look who's here. It's Carmine. Oh, come here. Come say hello to everybody. Oh, did you have a nice nap, pal?
Yes.
You good? Did you have any dreams? How are you feeling today? I know you weren't feeling too good.
I was feeling good, Dad.
You feeling good? Were you sad not to have to go to school?
No.
No? Are you looking forward to going back to school tomorrow?
Yes.
Yes, and seeing all your friends. Hey, everybody's watching. Maybe you can wish everybody a happy new year.
Can I have that pen, the weight up pen?
Okay, but I don't want you to write with it. This is the pen that goes with my alien notebook that Grandma got me.
Why do I want to put it?
Yeah, and our neighbor Tara lost the pen cap for that, so we don't know where the pen cap is. See, but it's so see, that's fun. Hey, maybe you can ask the people watching in the world of Facebook to send us some stars.
Okay.
Go ahead, ask.
Okay.
Just want to wish everybody a happy new year. You got Leanne watching. You got Gilliana. You got
Dad?
What?
It's duck.
The duck?
Yeah, it's a duckie.
It's a duck. It's a Donald Trump duck that Uncle Daniel got you. What do you want to do now?
I'm just gonna eat some. white pizza and red pizza, Dad.
Oh, you're gonna have white pizza and red pizza?
Yes.
See, Mommy doesn't think that white pizza is really pizza. She thinks it needs to have sauce. But you don't agree.
I don't want sauce.
Okay. See?
Dad, get me out because I'm gonna eat some pizza now.
All right, go have something to eat. I'll join you in a second. Maybe we'll play some cards, okay?
But no, I want some blueberries.
All right, we'll let you watch some Bluey, okay? Because you're a little sick. Hey, may I have that pen back?
But I like this pen.
But I don't want you to write on anything.
But I want this pen. I want to write a pen.
But I don't want you to write on anything though.
I won't, Dad.
If you write on something and we both get in trouble, it's not going to end well for us.
Oh, why?
Because Mommy's going to be mad.
Oh my God, and turn out on the couch.
All this could be avoided if you give me that pen back.
But I want this pen because I want to write a pen.
Well, what about using your nice light up microphone?
No, I want this write a pen.
Well,
Please.
all right, just don't write on anything you're not supposed to, okay?
Do not give him a pen.
Okay. Mommy doesn't have a pen. I'll hold on to this for you.
Oh, can I go write anything with this?
You know what you should do? Go to your chalkboard and draw on your chalkboard.
Oh,
You don't want to do that?
no. I can't have a harmonica.
Well, that's just a harmonica case. I'll be honest. I hid the harmonica from you, and I don't remember where I hid it.
Where?
So tell you what. Where's your harmonica that Grandma got you for Christmas?
But I want this one.
All right, you can borrow the case. Go ahead, borrow the case.
I can't even. Oh,
But there's no harmonica in here, though.
Where's the harmonica?
I hid it from you, but now I can't remember where I hid it.
Oh.
I know. It's very frustrating. Okay.
Now we
Wait.
have to find
Oh,
it.
wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Oh, there it is. Mine. I need it.
It's literally mine, but you can play with it. So that's that. Okay. Well, I'm exhausted. I'm glad it's bedtime now. By the way, those of you watching on Facebook, if you would be so good as to like, comment, and share, or all the social media platforms. And if you're watching on Facebook, if you could subscribe.
This harmonica. Dad, where's Grace? Dad.
I don't think Grace is watching. You got the lovely Maureen McFeely watching. You got Tom Forkin, who moved out of Atlantic City, watching. You got, I think you got Uncle Sean watching.
What is that red?
That's Mark After Dark's moniker. I don't know why he's got a weird thing like that. But Steve Kamer watching. Steve Kamer, who helped.
I'm gonna eat my pizza, Dad.
I'm going to pizza.
Jump hard.
All right, get out of here. Get out of here.
Thanks, Dad.
You're welcome, buddy. Don't lose it.
I won't.
All right, buddy.
I got it.
So that's that. Do you want to see more pictures of New Year's Eve, or should we just move on? I'll leave it up to you. Give us a comment. Let me know if you want to see more pictures or if we should move on. But I'll show you a few more, and then we'll move on. I can't. I got too many tabs open. See, that's my problem. Too many tabs. Let me close that tab.
I don't have any fever.
Come on, let's go see.
Okay.
Oh, Happy New Year from the K-Man. All right, I've lost my Facebook tab. That is the truth. Oh, here we go. Okay. So, yeah, Kevin said to Deirdre, he said, I wanted to come this year because Frank is getting so big. Presumably he meant that not in terms of girth, but in terms of stature, that he's almost going to get to the point where perfect strangers are not going to be able to come to this event anymore. And I wanted to come while he still was inviting them. Here's Rich Valdez, Christian Arnold, and me. Ignore the wine stain on my shirt. That's from Sunday night. That's my cousin Joanne and me. We got some bonding time in. These are my younger cousins. That's my cousin Charlie. He attended for the first time. My cousin Anthony, that's his girlfriend Ainsley in the middle, and my cousin Jessica on the right there. There's Jessica and me. These are my neighbors, John, Charles, and Tara. They came down on Monday as my wife Rachel drove them. And that was the first time they were ever in Atlantic City together. So they took a photo by the Welcome to Atlantic City sign. And that's them having a drink on the balcony. That's me. That's me being spotted from the balcony, walking with Sean And I just to show you can't get away from Staten Island, I saw a sign for Richmond Avenue on the beach in Atlantic City, which is obviously a very prominent thing. This is the outside of the Atlantic Club Casino. Now, the Atlantic Club has been closed for 10 years, and they still have not done anything with this property. It's such a great location, and honestly, it's such a depressing thing for this to be the same thing that you see coming from Down Beach. The first thing that you see is this ghost casino. It needs to be knocked down and replaced with something else. This is Jim Purpura and a name tag that he wore. And the first year that he came, everyone thought he was Al Gattuso and kept calling him Al and asking him if he was Al. So he wore this name tag that says, "I'm still not Al." His dad, Hank, passed away. So he wore this shirt with all pictures of Hank on it from previous New Year's Eves that Hank had attended. These are our friends, the Silversteins. Brian is one of my oldest friends. We grew up together. So Frank Angemi in the middle, Dom Crispino, both former attorneys and ex-cons. They're with my sister-in-law Sharon, who probably trying to get some free legal advice. And I'm just joking. There's my friend Gino, who's largely responsible for that wine stain on my shirt. And there's Rachel and I with Jim with his Hank shirt. There you have Gary Korb. This is an interesting grouping here. Gary Korb, formerly of CigarAdvisor.com, Tracy Fontano, the lovely Danielle Hoffman, who actually wore her prom dress. That's her prom dress, if you could believe it. It's me. That's Frank and Dom. There's Jim's shirt. That's me, shockingly moving with my hands. Sean photobombing my wife. And that's this is the countdown. I don't know if I can play this. I don't think I can. But this is kind of the 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 kind of deal. You can see it if you go to my Facebook page. We got a bride who's getting married that day, Natalie. She dropped the ball at midnight and count us off to New Year's Eve. And Joe Sibilia, who normally attends, but he was unable to attend because his grandmother passed away. He didn't want to miss the countdown, so he video conferenced in so that he wouldn't miss the countdown. There's Fred Rubino and John Boyd, John Tobacco, and me. And this gentleman in the back is Cameron with a K, who just happened to be at View. It was kind of one of those things at View where I told the folks at the Claridge that I would guarantee. This is Don Guardian, Charlie, and John Boyd. Not Charlie, Chantel and John Boyd. Chantel is his fiancée. I told the folks at View that I would guarantee a $700 bill. These are the oldest attendees and the youngest attendees. The youngest was my cousin Charlie, and the oldest was Doug Morris of Belmar. Both great guys. These are, that was my cousin Charlie in the middle there, my cousin Jessica's boyfriend Mark, and Charlie's friend Ryan. And there's the rest. So those are some of the highlights. If you want to see the whole thing, you could just go to facebook.com/MoranoFan and click on photos and the New Year's Eve album. But it was one of those things at the Claridge where I said, yeah, we'll guarantee $700 bill. Plus I'll pay another $200 to the bartender to keep them, in, keep them working. And then for some reason, people got there in my party and they ordered drinks. And the bartender says, no, I'm told it's all on Frank's tab. It was not all on Frank's tab. So then I speak to the bartender when I got there. I said, hey, I told the Jeff and the folks at Claridge that we'll guarantee, $700, but I'll make up the difference. And sure enough, at the end of the night, I go over to him and he says, oh, yeah, you owe $650. This is on top of the $200 I already gave him. So, what am I going to do? I paid it because the people that bought drinks, but it was just a miscommunication on the part of the Claridge. And then I reached out to them via email the next day. And you know what this gentleman, Jeff, said? Oh, yeah, you should call me earlier next year so we could try to avoid any miscommunication like that. All right, thanks, Jeff. Thanks. I don't know how much communication was needed to say, I'll pay for the bartender if you guys were going to close early. Just let people buy drinks. But fortunately, I passed the hat around on Venmo, and John Tobacco, Keith Jensen, John Boyd, my cousin Joanne, my cousin Jessica, my cousin Charlie, Anthony, Anthony's girlfriend Ainsley, they all kicked in a few bucks. And of course, Virginia kicked in $12, which was very nice. Sean kicked in $75, which was very generous. It all evens out in the end. You can't go crazy counting your pennies. But if you want to help us out, if you're watching on Facebook, the best way to do that is to send stars, or you can become a subscriber to the Facebook page. It is the best 99 cents a month you will ever spend. All right, tonight on radio, we got Ask Frank Anything. We're going to have a look at the 1980 presidential campaign. Was there a plot to keep Iran from releasing American hostages so that it did not benefit Jimmy Carter politically? We'll explore that. Also, Sharon, who has a great play in Florida, she's going to join us to talking about it. One of the characters is named Carmine, so I'm looking forward to chatting about that. Obviously, all the updates on this New Orleans terrorist attack, and obviously everything that we've learned about this Cybertruck explosion in Las Vegas as well. All right, I will see you on the radio.